Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Good evening, Paul Hayward, Tina Beard, Amy Green and Red. Hello everyone watching on Facebook, not Facebook. Why do I always forget Facebook? I'm not on Facebook anymore. YouTube and Twitch. We're just doing a very short run today. Primarily because I need to get my miles up because I was going to do 150k this week and we're on 147 for the week. So let's just do this short run. It's less than 5k. A little bit of incline going on, but this is the ZRS series. In Harrogate or North Yorkshire, whatever you want to call it. So I am watching chat. If you want to say hello, we won't be here very long. Just a nice little Sunday evening jog. Having said goodbye to Marcus. Hi Kim. Marcus came for a run, went for a run with me this morning, and then we had breakfast together, and then Marcus is back up in London now, and he'll be flying home to Virginia tomorrow. Absolutely superb to see Marcus, really good. Hoping you had a bit of a giggle at our live stream last night. It was so hot in here. Marcus had a drink in the holders here and managed to break both of them. I mean, he didn't break them. They come off quite easily. So managed to send his drink flying onto the floor. It's a dangerous game, this treadmill running business. Hello, John Shaw, by the way. Hello, John. Haven't been in Yorkshire for a while. Kim says there's a nice basketball game going on behind me. Ellis is learning to shoot hoops. He's enjoying himself in the back garden. It's 28 degrees here in Shedquarters. Bit cooler outside, but not much. Yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed seeing Marcus in Shedquarters yesterday. And we did give him a mince pie to try, and I filmed that. That is on the Zwift Run channel if you want to have a look as a short. And he quite liked it. He didn't spit it out in disgust. Tina says, Marcus is a thoroughly nice bloke. I watched the stream again, so I couldn't see it while running. Yeah, Marcus is absolutely a top guy. Really lovely, so polite, so kind. So enthusiastic about things as well, and loves to chat, as you discovered last night, loves to talk, but in such a nice way as well. So we really enjoyed having him over with us. Anthony Anderson says, I did this workout on Friday, oppressively hot in my pain cave, and I didn't enjoy it much. Oh dear. Well, I hope it's not... I hope the inclines aren't too high. Kim Sell says, was he eating the mince pie while running? No. We forgot to give him the mince pie during the live stream. So once we'd stopped the live stream and we were standing in here recovering, we gave him the mince pie and I filmed it. Go on, you can have a look at it on the Zwift Run channel. Just search for Marcus Eats a Mince Pie. Sarah Jacobson is in her hammock on the deck. Very nice. Which ship are you on, Sarah? We don't have a deck. We have a patio. Well, I call it a patio. But yeah, we've been sitting on that all day as well, pretty much, in the sunshine, sunning ourselves. I took Marcus out on the hills this morning. With some friends of mine, running friends of mine, and yeah, we had a really good time in the heat. Oh, so Anthony says 6% is the highest grade we'll go. I bet that's only for 100 meters, isn't it? Currently we're at 0%, so we're jogging along quite nicely. Nice easy pace. Amy Green is up ahead. Davenport, Greg, John Shaw, Hardle is just behind. Boost from France and Barland from Germany are up ahead. Amy was at a barbecue yesterday, so that's why she couldn't make the run. Oh yes, it's it's Sarah's birthday today. Oh, happy 60th, Sarah. Many congratulations on reaching the big 60. Well done. I mean, you don't look it. You look very young for your age. Happy birthday, Sarah. Right, so now what are we doing here? 5%. Good grief. Can't believe it. 5% for 200 metres. Okay. We'll grit this one out then. Vidar, hello Vidar, he says happy birthday Sarah. And Tina says happy birthday Sarah. Ellis, come here, stand there, say happy birthday Sarah.
Birthday Sarah.
Ellis says happy birthday Sarah. Well, you walked right into it, to be fair, Sarah. Just merely announcing that it's your birthday makes it fair game. Coming up to the next arch, with a kilometre done, just about a kilometre done. There we go. Down to 2%. Oh no, that's the speed. Okay. Down to 2% for 400 metres. And then I guess it'll be... I don't know what we'll do for the next 400 metres. Well, stay with us to find out. How exciting. 1 kilometre done, 3.6 to go. Temperature staying at around 27, just between 27 and 28. Actually, it's just gone up, 27.4 now. Alice, Sarah says thank you. Boost has had a technical dropout, or decided to stop already after 1 kilometre. Santiago, hello.
Right on.
Thank you, Santiago. So we're on the course of Harrogate, North Yorkshire. Shedquarters, exactly, Kim. It is pretty muggy in here. But I'm figuring we're not here for long. End of the week. Big run tomorrow though, doing 20 miles in the morning. But that's okay. Final big week coming up for my training block. So I've been training for 14 weeks for the Lakeland 100 mile race, which happens in 3 weeks' time. And so I've got 1 more week of big mileage. So I'm going to try and do 100 miles this coming week. And then we've got 2 weeks of relaxing and eating pies. Maybe not eating pies, but certainly dropping the mileage down a great deal by 50%. Oh yeah, Tina has pointed out Kim's made a fundamental error. Shedquarters, but with a small Q. Oh dear, Kim, you are in trouble now. You'll have Jonathan Cost at you in a minute as well. Hello Kevin DeLuca is on. So this run, by the way, this evening is Kim Salt's fault, because she's been pestering me for 2 or 3 days to do the ZRS this weekend. I had no plans whatsoever to do ZRS. And then Saturday morning, I was supposed to go out and do a 5k, a park run. But I had a bad night's sleep on Friday. I was up at 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep and it was hot, and so I really didn't get a good night's sleep and I was really tired on Saturday morning. So I didn't do my planned 5k park run. So that left me short for the week. So here we are. ZRS for a Sunday evening. When was the last time we did a live stream on a Sunday evening? And also, when was the last time we broadcast 6 days in the week. So we had Wednesday off. So we did Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we've been on every day this week apart from Wednesday. Red, hello. Thanks for coming on board, Red. So we've done a mile. So if you're late to the party this evening, well, it's evening here in the UK, wherever you are in the world, hello, thanks for joining us. We're just doing a very short run. We've got 3 kilometers to go. We've only done a mile of the ZRS, the Zwift Run Series it's now called. It used to be called the Zwift Race Series, but it is now the Zwift Run Series. We're running at 1% incline, but we're waiting for the incline to change. The next time we get to a banner, an archway. Tina Beard says she did note that I didn't make it to parkrun, and I had said about 4 weeks ago, I said I was going to try and do every parkrun for the next few weeks, and of course I've made one of them. One parkrun. Rubbish. Oh, it's Ellis. Ellis is red. Hello, Ellis. Ellis is red. Right, we're at 0% grade now. Okay, back down. Not that 1% was very much, but you can still tell, you can still notice it. So we've got 1 kilometre and 200 metres. 1.2 kilometres to do now, just to tick some miles off. And then we'll be back with the incline. Kim says, how's your leg, Victoria? She's still on crutches. She's going to be on crutches for another 12 days. We were hoping to climb Ben Nevis in 3 weeks' time. I fear that may not be happening. Or if it is, I'll be pushing Victoria up Ben Nevis in a wheelchair. We'll see. Paul Hayward says, I have finally registered for parkrun today. And he says, Amy inspired me. Amy, to be honest, Amy inspires a lot of people on Zwift with what she does. Always with a smile. Always happy to be around. So yeah, after we had finished the live stream yesterday, we went to the fish and chip shop. Marcus is a connoisseur of fish and chips, even though he's from the States. He loves fish and chips. So we got fish and chips from our local, and we sat on the beach as the sun went down. Although, unfortunately, in Worthing, the sun goes down behind us. It would be much nicer if it went down over the sea in front of us, but it doesn't. It goes down behind the houses behind us. Anyway, it was still lovely. Sarah Jacobson says, typical Stephen, just worried about how Victoria's injury will impact him. Well, of course. Isn't that what you expect? I don't like to give you what you don't expect. You know, I do like to be predictable. Victoria says, her calf is still swollen but not painful. I guess that's because I'm no longer weight bearing. I would have thought so, Victoria. Tina Beard says, well done to Paul for signing up for parkrun. But that does mean now, Paul, that you do actually have to go to one. It's all very well signing up. Mind you, I can talk, can't I? I hardly ever go. I think, though, I went through my phase of going regularly about 10 years ago, so around about, no, not 10. No, it was 10 years ago, yeah. 2011, 2012, 2013, I used to go pretty much religiously every week. Amy Green got an 8-second parkrun PB. Was that yesterday, Amy? Breaking your PB by 8 seconds actually is pretty damn good, isn't it? Well done, Amy. So, quite a lot going on this week in Shedquarters, or this coming week. Monday is the community run. So I've got a 20-mile run outside on Monday morning, tomorrow morning, and then the community run 10k on Monday evening. Obviously we've got the Film My Run 500 on Tuesday and Thursday, but it might be that I don't do the Film My Run 500 on Tuesday morning because I may have to go and be with my daughter at her sports day. But we'll just see how that pans out. I think we're doing Workout Wednesday on Wednesday. I've got a feeling. I think I told Marcus I was doing Workout Wednesday, so I better turn up for that, hadn't I? Tina Beard will no doubt say I'll find some excuse to not do it. But I don't think I've got an excuse this week. I'm going to have to turn up for Workout Wednesday. Thursday, bag that badge, of course. And Friday, we may not be running on... Oh, let's see. I can't remember now. I'll have to get back to me on it. I need to work out exactly what's happening later on in the week. Amy says, yes, it was yesterday when she broke her parkrun PB and it was nice and flat. Good stuff. Okay, we are still on the flat, talking about flat, 0% incline at the moment. But we've got a couple of 100-metre sections coming up, which I imagine will be at 6%. At least one of them will be at 6%. I've got John Shaw right with me and Paul Hayward right with me. Amy Green's 25 seconds ahead. Davenport's 40 seconds ahead. Boost is now back in the game. He's a minute or so behind. John Shaw says, nice PB, Amy. Yeah, less than 2k to go of the ZRS. Sunday evening here in the UK. Temperature very, very gradually coming down, 27.2 on the AGMT. And we've been running for 19 minutes, with just over a mile to go, coming up to the next arch. Just staying nice and relaxed, breathing nice and easily, and getting ready for whatever the next arch throws at us. I'm gonna guess it's gonna go to 2% and then 6%. 2 and then 6. Or is it just gonna go straight up to 6? See, it's 24.3 in Paul Hayward's garage. By the way, I don't know if anyone's seen Kim Salt's recent runs. She is knocking it out of the park all of a sudden. I don't know what you're doing, Kim. 3%. Look at that. I said 2%, and it's gone to 3. But well done on some amazing speed recently, Kim. Good work. Short climb. Are we going to 6? 5, okay. Another 100 metres at 5%. So this is Kim running outside. She says, I can't run on a treadmill fast. That's odd, isn't it? Because a lot of people say the opposite. They say they can't run fast on a treadmill. They can't run fast outside, but they can run faster on a treadmill. Sarah says, after running for a week in Seattle, I realised that I needed to do more hill training. I feel like it really helped my fitness. Well, you know what to do, Sarah. At 11:35 UK time in the morning, which is not unreasonable. 4:35 your time, probably. I mean, you can get up at 4 a.m, can't you? Come and join us for Film My Run 500. Why not? I mean, Kim's up at that time preparing lectures. All right, it's going to get steep again after this interval. Okay, 600 meters flat, and then we are going steep again. But technically I could stop now because I've done my 150k for the week. I only needed about 3 kilometers. So I'm now going over. This is bonus running, this is. Wow, okay. Sarah says it's 5:30 a.m. her time. And in all seriousness, she says, I could theoretically do it. Well, then, in all seriousness, Sarah, if you do want to get some hill training in, and you don't mind getting up at 5:15, getting your running gear on double quick, and getting on the treadmill, then you're more than welcome to join us Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's what Amanda Allison did for her recent run in Chamonix for the Mont Blanc half marathon. Lots of hills in that. Clive Finnemore, regular. Tina comes and joins us regularly. And we all feel like having that 1 or 2 hill sessions a week does really strengthen the calf muscles and helps you. And it even helps you on the flat as well. Kim Salt says, I could do 5:30 a.m. But is it even earlier for you though, Kim? You're further west, aren't you, than Sarah? So yeah, 4:30 a.m. Yeah, it is too early. I mean, to be honest, if it was me, 5:30 would be too early. John Shaw says, I'm sorry to hear about Victoria's injury. Get better soon. And Sarah says, I hope your calf is starting to feel better, Victoria. And that Stephen isn't making things too difficult. How? How could I make things more difficult? As her husband, you would expect that me merely being in sight would make things less difficult. Or I just have to appear in the room and my wife's life is made better. Would you not agree? Yeah, who wouldn't want this face to walk in a room and brighten your day? Tina Beard says she definitely does feel the benefit. And quite rightly, Tina knows me very well. She says, Stephen, 10 a.m. would be too early for you. Yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right. But I have to be up early tomorrow. I have to get my son to school for 7 a.m. He's going on a trip tomorrow. He's going on a 5-day school trip tomorrow, and he needs to be at school for 7 a.m. So I do have to get up early tomorrow. I know. John Shaw is going to run to make it a full 5k. That means he's talked me into doing that, doesn't it? I mean, that's John Shaw basically saying, Stephen, step it up and come and do a full 5k rather than a pathetic 4.7. All right, John, I'll do the extra 300 metres. So we're doing 200 metres at 5% now. We're catching Amy Green. Amy Green went off like a rocket at the start, but we're bringing her back. Oh, Boost is just passing us. Right, Amy's going to 5k as well. So that means we've got 1 kilometre left when we get to the arch. Tina is walking the dog at 7 o'clock every morning at the moment. Oh, up to 6%. We are mountain climbing now. That is for sure. For John Shaw. Sorry, I'll get my coat. Heart rate 128. All right, John is going to step it up. John's been injured for a while, and he's going to step up the pace for the last 300 metres and see how he holds out. So back down to 2% now. Oh, it is a race. Stay strong. This race is almost over. Well, it's called ZRS Zwift Run Series. But that said, this race is nearly over. Maybe it means like a mental race. Race to get to the end in your head. Paul Hayward says, hoping to go for an early outdoor run tomorrow to kickstart my holiday. Oh yes, you've got a ridiculous 10-week holiday, haven't you now, Paul? Very nice indeed. Tina says taxi for cousins because of my terrible joke. What? I mean, it's not even worth calling it a joke, is it? Just rubbish. Just more rubbish. More diatribe coming out of my mouth. Oh dear. 400 metres to go of the event, but we're going to tack on another 300 metres just to round it up to 5k to satisfy the OCD of Amy Green and John Shaw. Oh, and Kim says this will give you race results at the end of the workout. Okay. So maybe this one is still set as a race. I'm sure they're not supposed to be races anymore. They used to be. But I'm sure I got told by Zwift HQ that these are no longer supposed to be races. They are just runs, group runs, with incline. Okay. So we're going to go back down to 0 now. Jonathan Cost says, and Carol and I. What, you've got a 10-week holiday as well, have you? Please don't tell me Jonathan Cost has got a 10-week holiday. Or are you just on holiday? So normally we go down to 0, don't we? For the last little bit, but here we are still at 1% for the last 200 metres. Jonathan says, good job on the mince pie for Marcus. Yeah, you reminded us, Jonathan. So, yeah, it was actually Jonathan's comment that reminded us that we were supposed to give Marcus a mince pie during the run. Oh, the OCD. Okay, right. So not only John Shaw and Amy Green, but to satisfy the OCD of Jonathan Cost and Carol Rushworth, and also probably my wife as well, we're going to do an extra 300 metres to round it up to 5k. But you won't find me doing that on the Film My Run 500, which is 4.2 kilometres of distance. And some people do like to round that up, and they'll run up to 5k, but I never do that. I never do it. So down to 0% on the flat for the last 200 to 300 metres. Thank you very much for watching. Well done if you took part. Well done if you've taken part in the ZRS for the entire weekend. Some people I know do more than one of the events. Well, I actually started on Friday evening. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And there's probably one late into the night tonight on Monday morning. Oh no, right, Sarah's another one now. And Tina, oh my goodness. So Tina Beard as well, she also likes to go up to 5k on the Film My Run 500. Sarah Jacobson says, if I did the Film My Run 500, I'd definitely be going to round it up. Wow. You won't like my next video then, my next Lakeland video, because my training, I've been increasing my mileage by 10 kilometres a week for the past 4 or 5 weeks. And 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to do 130k. And Sunday afternoon, I realised I'd done 129.6 kilometres of running. Did I or did I not go out and do the extra 400 metres just to make it up to 130 kilometres? The answer is no, I didn't. And I made a video about it, covering my week, which I haven't released yet. But I do make a point of saying that I deliberately didn't round it up to 130k just to annoy people with OCD. Right, but we have done 5k, and I've made sure. Look at that, 5.06 kilometres. Oh, is it all? Have I already released it? Oh, okay. Apparently, I've already released that video. Tina says, I've seen it. I was horrified. Oh, so maybe it's the next one I haven't released then. Okay, the 140. So I've done the 130k week video. So I need to do the 140k week video, which I've recorded but I haven't edited. And then this week I'm just finishing the 150k, and I will film that video next week. Okay. Yes. Amy Green says, I wouldn't have run the extra 400 metres. Sarah says, how do you sleep at night? You did not do the extra 400 metres. Brilliant. Right. Jonathan and Victoria are adamant that they are going to get me to change the title on one of my banners, which says Shedquarters, all one word with a small Q. So I regularly get hassle from Jonathan and my wife about changing it so there's a space and a capital Q. Tina Beard says, I tried passing off the swimmers' miles. I did, but it counts. Look, cross-training counts. 1 kilometre of swimming added to my run miles. That's 130k, isn't it? 130k, which includes a 1k swim. It all adds to the cardio fitness, the muscular fitness, the core strength. It's essentially running without running, isn't it? Swimming. It's lying down running. Oh, right, yeah, that was a bit of an error yesterday, Kim, wasn't it? It says at least it doesn't say Couters. I put the A and the Q the wrong way around yesterday on the Marcus Holmes run. Okay, Amy says see you tomorrow. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to do the community run tomorrow evening, so that'll be 6:30 UK time. Come and join us and have a little bit of a giggle with that. See how my legs are after my 20 miler tomorrow. I knew somebody would bring in Pilates. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm not going to say anything about Pilates at all or yoga. Right. No. If I start, I will just carry on. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Thanks for chat. Nice chat there. Nice, good chat and good run to get the week over with. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.